Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar. Bugün sizlerle beraber The Stanley Parable Ultra Exe diye bir tane oyun bulduk. Oyun oynuyoruz. Lan mouse nerede? Mouse yok. Üç nokta. Hadi konuşma. Mouse yok lan. Hadi sen de. Lan dedim. Açın artık. Ha? Deluxe'ymiş lan, ben Exe dedim. Loading. Oyun ne yazık ki İngilizce. Buna benzer bir tane daha oyun var. O da Stanley Parable. O Türkçe dublaj.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number
427 numarada çalışıyor diyor.
Employee number 427's job was simple.
Bunun anladım ben
He
de.
sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed
427'de işler çok iyi gidiyor.
orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Sürekli
And
tuşlara
although
basar
others
diyor.
might have considered it soul-lifting, Stanley relished every moment that the
Abi Stanley miyiz lan?
as though he had been
Stanley
made
ne lan?
exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley mutluydu.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on
Bir
the
tane bile
monitor
mesaj
for him to
gelmiyor diyor.
follow.
İşte mesaj
No one
değil de
had showed
bakmış.
up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say
Niyeyse hiç
hi.
ofiste hiç
Never in
kimse
all
yok
his
diyor.
years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his
Aa,
office.
oyundayız. İşte korkarak titreyerek ayağa kalktı diyor. Burası ofis olduğuna emin
All
miyiz?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Ulan
room.
keşke Türkçe
Perhaps he
olsa.
had simply missed a memo.
Valla fotoğrafa bak. Kilitli. Niye? Bu arada E tuşuna basınca klavye tuşları geliyor. Ne?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Stanley.
he entered the door on his left.
Stanley solundaki kapıdan girdi diyor.
This was not the correct
Sağdan
way to the
gelsen
meeting
ne
room,
yapacak?
and Stanley knew it perfectly
Ölecek
well.
miyim lan?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ne? Çalışan dinlenme odası mı?
Yes,
burası
truly a
mı?
room worth admiring. It had really been worth
Çok
the
iğrençmiş,
detour
ben
after
buradan
all.
gidiyorum.
Just to spend a few moments, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Solundaki ilk kapıya gitti diyor.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
İşte bir şey diyor.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Orası
gotten
niye
off
açık
on the
lan?
wrong foot here.
Oraya
I'm not
gitmek,
your enemy, really.
var oraya gitmek çok
I
istemiştim.
realize that investing your trust in someone
Açık
else
kapı.
can be difficult, but the fact is that
Ha!
the story has
Düşeceğim.
been about nothing but you or
Ben buradan oraya atlayabilir miyim ya?
there's someone you've been
Atlayamam.
neglecting, Stanley.
Ölürüm. Belki orası bir
Someone
oyun
you've
hatasıdır.
forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley.
Başka bir yere
Your
gidelim.
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Onlar,
She's been waiting.
o seni bekliyor. O kim lan? Hayır!
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Açmazsam ne olur lan? Fiş. Fiş çıkarabiliyor muyum?
As Stanley picked up the phone,
Olmuyor galiba.
a white
Oo,
light
çıkarmışım!
began, filling him with
Oyunun bug'ını buldum.
hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible.
Öyle bir seçenek var mı diyor.
Double
Yani öyle bir
check.
seçenek yok ki diyor.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife and the two
Ne ben seni dinlemek zorundayım? İstediğimi yaparım, sana ne ya?
who pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices.
No, it's
And to
a
think I've been letting you
shame.
run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk
Lan
on
benim
my
sevgilim
watch.
var lan
I'm going to
oyunda.
stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Ne yaşandı lan az önce? O neydi lan? Televizyonun içine mi girdin? Hı?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Oğlum biz ofisten çıkmaya mı çalışıyoruz lan? Ben bunu daha yeni anlıyorum çünkü. Çünkü her tarafı dolaşıyoruz ya. Uyarı. Sakın yalan söylemeyin. Yalan söylüyorsanız durun, böyle bir şey işte. Ulan Türkçeyi unuttum ya.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sağdan geçersem ne olur lan? Merak ettim. Soldan geç. Sağdan geçeceğim, bana ne?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Kapı açık kalmış. Kapatmalı mıyım? Kapatmalıyım bence. Buradan gitmek zorundayım. Çok güzel tablo ya. Şuna bakın.
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about it, my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. Oh, I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
Ben de durmayacağım ya, bu ne?
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have
Öbür
to.
taraf
I
daha
have to
temiz.
shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Lan! Ben de öldüm. Ne oldu lan?
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Ne oluyor oğlum burada? Oyunu mu bozdun lan ben?
You just had to see. Didn't I impress upon you?
Gel, ben şu sağdaki kapıya gittim diye öldüm.
How important it was to be like Stanley. He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Bana ne istediğimi yaparım.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you. You're a child.
Oh, iyi olmuş. Oyununu bozdum.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door,
Ağlama bebe.
seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Tamam. Çıkacağım.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Tamam işte çıkıyorum. Şu an niye konuşmuyorum lan ben hiç? Burada ne yazıyor lan? Burada bir şey yazıyor sanırım. Kapının içinde bir şey yazıyor sanırım.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Söylüyorum. Söyledim.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver right there on the wall.
Söylüyorum işte. Night tut dikkat değil.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
Söylemeyeceğim
speak the code
gerizekalı.
into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step. Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you,
Nightjack
then why did you
115.
come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Özür.
When Stanley came to a
Lan o kim? Lan neredeyim ben?
Stanley? Hello? Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
The ends mi?
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Oyunu mu bitirdim lan?
Is everything alright? Stanley, this isn't... The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand?
Dur lan bu daha bir şeyler anlatıyor.
It's just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
İlerle hadi.
Choose. Do something.
Ülkeden yapılmış lan bu oyun.
This is more important than you can ever know.
Bende Arniel var.
The story needs it. So...
Evet arkadaşlar benim Arniel şeyim var, programım var. Belki yani oyun yapmayı öğretirim biraz. Tabii daha öğreneyim oyun yapmayı. Şurada duruyorum ben suyu için. İğrenç lan bu. Bozuk gibi. Lan niye attın başa? Başa attığını nereden bildim lan? Yemin ederim oyunu hiç oynamadım. Oğlum niye başa attı lan bu? Farklı lan. Sandalyelerin niye içinden geçiyorum ben?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Aynı şeyler bla bla bla. Neyse. Stanley Parable Ultra Rex'de. Ultra Rex'le miydi? Neydi lan? Hep oyun ismini unutuyorum ya. Deluxe ha. Arkadaşlar bu oyunun devamının gelmesini istiyorsanız galiba farklı falan sonlar var. Soldaki kapı ya yani başka bir şekilde gidersen farklı şey olur bence. Oha lan ekrana bakın. Sınırsız şey. Neyse arkadaşlarım. Bu videonun devamının gelmesini istiyorsanız bu videoya 20 like bekliyorum. Bu videoya 20 like gelecek. Gelmezse çekmem. Yok, The Stanley Parables da çekmem. Hem de o Türkçe dublaj. Söyleyeyim yani. Neyse arkadaşlar. Şurada çıkıyor. Tam şurada. Ben şurada. Lan! Nasıl göstereceğim onu? Heh. Şurada çıkıyor şuradan. Tam şurada. Şurada böyle abone ol yazıyor. Tam şurada. Bak şurada. Tamam. Tam şurada abone ol yazıyor arkadaşlar. Lütfen oraya abone ol. Yani abone olun yani. Cidden lütfen olun. Neyse. O zaman görüşürüz. Ve